Alright, hello everyone. Brig's shield is very bugged right now. I've got a plethora of examples to show you what's really going on, and the worst thing about this is that these bugs things, they're so inconsistent. So we can't even put a certain rule in it that what you can and cannot do. Things are changing for different situations when the variables are the same, which makes it so confusing and also really frustrated. Let me show you what's going on. So first of all, the big obvious one is that a Brig shield will not block a Diva Bomb. And it's just really confusing. Don't know why. Doesn't matter the range, doesn't matter the map. Even if you're in Rally, sometimes it does work with Rally. There, it did not work with Rally. Sometimes it will work with Rally, sometimes it will not work with Rally. Let's see if it'll change if I just Rally again. And it did not change, so that's really interesting. Also, shatters are not blocking correctly. Sometimes they block, sometimes they don't. Usually, shatters will block when you spawn in your fresh shield for your first shield. Usually, shatters will block. However, if you get your shield broken, and then you try to shatter again, after I get my shield back. Let's try to shatter again. Sometimes it'll break. See, now it's broken. So then shatters will not block at all. Now, even with your shield fully up, shields will block. So what I figured out, what we kind of have some general rules is sometimes these bots, they'll have a different outcome than if it was real players. I have found that when I'm playing with real people, once your shield takes some sort of damage, it starts acting like normal. And it'll start blocking things correctly like shatter and stuff. With the bots, it's been even finickier, which is just the worst possible case scenario. What I have found out is that when the shield is broken, it's when you first spawn in and after you get killed. Your shield resets and is broken. Once you take normal damage, your shield goes back to being normal. However, if your shield breaks, it also goes back to being broken. That's what I've kind of noticed, a general rule of thumb with that, but it's completely broken. Even check this out. Here in the beginning, I'm trying to have as extra Zarya here to shoot my shield so that it would go back to being normal. So I have the Zarya here. She just shot me some damage. Then I'll go back to the Diva Bomb. Now that my shield has taken some damage, it works. So once your shield takes some damage, it works like a normal shield. So let's go back to Shatter. See, now Shatter works. Shatter works, Diva Bomb works. Oh. Shatter works and Diva Bomb works. So once your shield takes damage, you should be good to get going. But if your shield does not take damage, then it does not work. Let's check in Rally. Should still be good. So shield is still good in Rally. Once it takes damage, it's fine. Now that my shield broke, let's check this. My shield technically broke from the Diva Bomb. Let's see if it'll fix itself or is it still broken. So it's still fine. If your shield breaks in Rally, I guess it's okay. However, if I was to break my shield right now, that should reset it and be broken again. But, I mean, who knows, honestly, right now. There you go. See, so when your shield breaks and it doesn't take any damage, it resets the brokenness, so the Diva Bomb will do extra damage, and the Rhine Shatter should also go through my shield. Let's see if it actually will. Yeah, so Rhine Shatter also goes through your shield, so it resets to being broken when you're killed, and also when your shield breaks. I've also found it's really finicky with Hog Hook. It's not perfect, but sometimes he'll hook you. See, like, he'll sometimes hook me straight through my shield. I'm having more success of these hogs hooking me through my shield when they're bots. If it's regular players, it's less consistent. Usually it'll block it. But the fact that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't is alarming. Alarming. This should always be working. Like, that's not okay. So then the hog hook, let's see if that actually worked as taking damage. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. So that did not work. We have to take real damage. Some sort of real damage. So we took real damage. And we should be able to block it. See, look at that. Even there, it's been so inconsistent. I should have been able to block it based on my shield actually taking damage, and there I did not block it. So it's so confusing what's actually going on. I don't know what's happening at all. Sometimes Diva Bomb will work, sometimes it doesn't. It's back to being broken. Like, I don't understand. It's not only just weird that these bugs are happening, but it's also so confusing because things change. And, like, they're not supposed to. So there is one where the Rally actually worked, even though my regular shield's broken. So, like, you just, it's pretty weird right now. I have found in real games, it's not as It's not as consistent because these are very specific scenarios where, you know, things aren't working. But for right now, be cautious about trying to block Diva Bomb, shatters, maybe even hog hooks, because they can basically even go directly through your shield. It's just been so weird. I also have a different case here where if the Diva shoots me with her, like her blasters, and she's shooting my shield, it'll always block it. I think I just said it wrong there. Whereas to shoot the shield, it'll work. So, you know, if you take damage with your shield, it will block something. But if you're just died or your shield has just respawned, it's in its broken stage. So it's just something you got to watch out for right now. It's just it's so strange. It's so strange. I don't know what's going on. Even with rallies, see, it's just so finicky right now, and there's different times when things work differently, and sometimes they don't work correctly, and that just makes it even worse. I have tried other abilities. Junkrat's tire's fine. Everything else that's not here is usually fine. So Doomfist ult, Junkrat ult, it's okay. Pulse Bomb's fine. Everything that I've noticed besides these characters have been okay, except one character, which is Junker Queen ultimate. Let me show you that. All right, so this is my workshop. By the way, if you want to get this workshop, it has all great things. It has different key interactions. It has shatter practices. It has everything. The code there is on the top right of your screen. But usually up here, there's a Junker Queen practice where you're able to shield her ultimates. And before this patch, you could shield all of these. I would always be able to shield all of these, and now they just don't break. So it also seems like the Junker Queen ultimate, it's not working either. That seems a little bit more consistent. But down here, these shatters should be fine. I've also tried these shatters, and they're okay. So like these shatters will always be fine, but the reason that they're fine is because back to the beginning of the video when I said, you know, when you first spawn in, shatters are okay, but the shatters start to break once your shield's broken for the first time. So if my shield completely broke, then it would kind of break it again. It's just so finicky. Sometimes things work, sometimes things don't. So just be careful out there. Blizzard really needs to fix this because they're so strange. But otherwise, everything's working except for the Diva Bomb, maybe the Junker Queen ult, and the Shatter, and even some Roadhog hooks. So be careful out there in your games. Hopefully, Blizzard will fix this soon. In the meantime, while they're fixing this, why not also make Brig instant deploy shield? Please, we need a frame one shield like Reinhardt. That'd be very nice. All right, everyone, I'll keep you updated. Come join the Discord down below, and we'll be streaming again. I'll see you later.